Hello student, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll discuss here about the next unit, first chapter, motion in a straight line. The unit name is kinematics. Under this kinematics units, we will discuss here about two type of motion. First, motion in a straight line. Second, motion in a plane. These two chapters are very important. So one by one we will discuss here. So first I will discuss with you about the motion in a straight line. Before going to motion in a straight line, I will discuss with you about the mechanics and the branch of mechanics. Basically in physics, when we talk about the mechanics, mechanics is a branch of physics in which we examine the motion of an object. Okay, so the branch of physics, it is a branch of physics in which we examine the motion, or you can say about the motion of an object. Clear, student? So this mechanics also has some branches. Mechanics, because here we are talking like that. First is, in previous lecture I explained about physics. So here after physics we'll discuss from this chapter about the branch of physics which is called mechanics. Okay, so after mechanics we will discuss here about their branches, which are three. One is statics, other is kinematics, which is the name of unit, and next one is dynamics. Clear? So here we will discuss one by one the all. So there are three branches of physics of mechanics. So there are three branches of mechanics. First is statics, second is kinematics, as I have explained there, kinematics, and third one is dynamics. So under this statics branch, here we will discuss about the rest position of the object. Under this condition, here we will discuss about the rest position of an object. Under this condition, there is no importance of time, means time does not play an important role in case of statics. But in case of kinematics, we will discuss here about the motion of an object, in which the cause of motion does not play an important role, means without give an importance to the cause of motion, but here the time play an important role. And after that, the next one is dynamics, in which we will discuss here about the motion of an object with the cause of motion, and here also time play an important role. Clear, student? So I will write their definition. This is the branch of mechanics. This is the branch of mechanics in which the object is at rest, and time does not play an important role for this But when we talk about the kinematics, this is also the branch of, this is the branch of mechanics in which the object, in which we study the object which is in motion, or you can say that in which we study about the motion of an object without the cause, without the causes of motion. And here also time play an important role. Here time plays an important role. Point is clear, student? And on the same manner we can write this definition also. This is the branch of mechanics in which we study about, we can write like that, in which we study about the object which is at rest, which is at rest. We can write like that also, student. But when we talk about here the dynamics, which is also the branch of mechanics, so this is the branch of mechanics in which we study about the motion of an object with cause of motion. And here also time play an important role. Here also time plays an important role. So these are the definition of statics, kinematics and dynamics under the study of mechanics. So after this, here we will talk about kinematics, in which we will study about two type of motion. As I have told you, in kinematics we will discuss here about two type of motion. First, motion in straight line. Second, motion in a plane. So we will discuss here first about this, and in next chapter we will discuss here about motion in plane. So for that, pause the video and note down. Now after this topic, here I will discuss with you about the next topic, rest and motion. Here I will discuss with you about the rest and motion of an object. When we talk about the rest, what is the meaning of rest in the term of object? What is the meaning of rest of an object? So in case of rest of an object, we can say that if the position of an object does not change with respect to time and its surrounding, is called object is at rest. Clear? Is called object is at rest. तो इसको क्या कहेंगे, जब किसी ऑब्जेक्ट की पोजीशन में विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम एंड सराउंडिंग कोई चेंज नहीं हो रहा है, तो उस कंडीशन में क्या कहेंगे, ऑब्जेक्ट इज एट रेस्ट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, book laying on the table and a person sitting on chair. A person sitting on a chair. So these are the common example to understand the topic object is at rest. After that, here we will discuss about the motion. Means in this case we will discuss about the object is at motion or object is in motion. So if the position of an object, if the position of an object changes time and its surrounding. Clear? The object is said to be in motion if its position changes with respect to time and its surrounding. So for example, a car traveling from, you can say, from home to school. So you can say this is the simple example. So car traveling from home to school, it means that car is changing its position from home to school with respect to time and their surroundings. So we can say that the car is in motion. One important question for you which is related to rest and motion, means the question is rest and motion both are रिलेटिव. तो हमें एक क्वेश्चन मिलेगा कि रेस्ट, एक्सप्लेन करो कि रेस्ट और मोशन दोनों क्या है, रिलेटिव है. तो इसको कैसे रिलेटिव कर सकते हैं, यानी एक टाइम में कैसे आप बता सकते हो कि रेस्ट और मोशन दोनों आपस में क्या है, एक दूसरे से रिलेटेड है, जबकि रेस्ट अलग डेफिनेशन है, इसमें ऑब्जेक्ट रेस्ट में रहता है, इसमें ऑब्जेक्ट मोशन में रहता है. सो टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस कंडीशन वी कैन टेक इन सिंपल एग्जांपल, वी कैन टेक अ सिंपल एग्जांपल ऑफ रिलेटिव मोशन. सपोज हम किसी ट्रेन में या किसी बस में ट्रेवल कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, और जब हम किसी बस में, बस का एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं, बस में अगर हम ट्रेवल कर रहे हैं तो हमारे साथ जो हमारा फेलो पैसेंजर बैठा हुआ है, ठीक है, बस मूविंग कंडीशन में, हम भी रेस्ट कंडीशन में बैठे हैं, सिंपल सी बात है. तो हमारे जो साथ का फेलो पैसेंजर है वो भी हमारे साथ रेस्ट पोजीशन में हुआ विद रिस्पेक्ट टू मी, ठीक है. और जबकि हम बाहर देखेंगे किसी अदर बस में बैठे पैसेंजर को या अदर ट्रेन में बैठे पैसेंजर को, तो वो विद रिस्पेक्ट टू मी क्या होगा, वो मोशन में होगा, ठीक है. तो वी कैन से दैट बाय दिस एग्जांपल द रेस्ट एंड मोशन बोथ आर रिलेटिव. क्लियर? तो ये रिलेटिव वेलोसिटी वाली कंडीशन में है कि जब आप सेम पैसेंजर को देख रहे हैं जो आपके पास सेम बस में बैठा है, तो उस केस में वो पैसेंजर विद रिस्पेक्ट टू यू रेस्ट पोजीशन में है. जब आप किसी अदर पैसेंजर को देख रहे हैं, ठीक है, जो आपके पास किसी अदर बस में या ट्रेन में बैठा हुआ, तो उस केस में वो पैसेंजर क्या होगा, ट्रैवलिंग मोड में होगा विद रिस्पेक्ट टू यू, ठीक है, क्योंकि वो ऑब्जेक्ट जो आपके पास ट्रैवलिंग ऑब्जेक्ट है या कैरियर्स है वो आपका अलग है. तो इस वजह से उस कंडीशन में वो ऑब्जेक्ट मोशन में होगा, और प्रीवियस कंडीशन में जो आपका फेलो पैसेंजर है वो आपके पास रेस्ट कंडीशन में होगा. सो बाय दिस एग्जांपल यू कैन एक्सप्लेन दिस क्वेश्चन, रेस्ट एंड मोशन बोथ आर रिलेटिव. Point is clear, student? So after the discussion about the rest and motion are relative, here I will explain about the types of motion. So we have two ways to define the type of motion. One is according to their coordinates and second is according to their path. So first is on the basis of their path, and second is on the basis of their coordinates. Here means one dimension, two dimension, three dimension, or here we will discuss about rectilinear or translatory, circular or rotatory, and next one is oscillatory or vibratory motion. So here under this distribution we will discuss here about the type of motion, which are first is rectilinear, or translatory, second is about oscillatory, or you can say first second is circular or rotatory motion, and third one is oscillatory or vibratory motion. Clear? So when we think about here in case of coordinates, so I will write first is one dimensional motion, after that I will write here two dimensional motion, after that three dimensional motion. So I will explain one by one the all in front of you. Okay, so first I will take the first part in which we will discuss about the type of motion on the basis of their path, and after that we will take second. Okay, so to understand them, pause the video and note down. So here first I will explain about the rectilinear or translatory motion. So when we talk about rectilinear, linear means straight line, rectilinear means the motion in which the object is moving in a straight line. When we talk about rectilinear motion, it means that we are talking about here a single object. When we talk about the translatory motion, in which we are talking about a system of object in which there are number of objects which are moving along the path of system, means that we have a group of system, means we have a group of different type of single object. तो जब हम बात करेंगे रेक्टिलिनियर मोशन की, तो इट मींस उसकी डेफिनेशन को हम सिंगल ऑब्जेक्ट के सेंस में दे सकते हैं. ट्रांसलेटरी में क्या होता है कि जब ऑब्जेक्ट का मोशन इस टाइप से होता है कि उस ऑब्जेक्ट के अंदर जितने भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट पार्टिकल्स होते हैं उन सब का मोशन भी क्या होता है उस ऑब्जेक्ट या सिस्टम के अलोंग होता है. इट मींस दैट अगर आपके पास रेक्टिलिनियर मोशन है तो रेक्टिलिनियर मोशन में जो सारे के सारे जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट इसके पार्टिकल्स होंगे सिस्टम के, वो सब आपके पास इस सिस्टम की डायरेक्शन के, जो सिस्टम की डायरेक्शन ऑफ मोशन होगी उसके पैरेलल मोशन करेंगे. ठीक है, तो बस यही थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है रेक्टिलिनियर और ट्रांसलेटरी में. बट इसमें बस यही रहता है कि आपके पास ट्रांसलेटरी में जो आपके पास ऑब्जेक्ट होगा, लेकिन पॉइंट मास ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं होगा. पॉइंट मास ऑब्जेक्ट होगा तो एक सिंगल उसमें ऑब्जेक्ट की बात चल रही है. सो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द ऑब्जेक्ट व्हिच इज नॉट पॉइंट मास, it means that in this case the motion of object is such that the constituent particle will also move along the same path and they are moving with parallel path. Clear? So I will write the definition here. First, rectilinear motion, the motion of an object is called rectilinear. If it moves along a straight line. Clear, student? So when we talk about here translatory motion. This is also same, but we have some difference. Translatory motion, in this motion, the motion of an object, not point mass object, is such that their all constituents particles moves along same path and parallel to each, or you can say parallel to each oblique, parallel to each oblique object with respect to time and their surrounding. Clear, student? So with respect to time and their surrounding, so this one be the definition of translatory motion. And you can add one thing here also: the motion of object is along a straight line with respect to their surrounding, with respect to time and their surrounding. You can add one thing here also: surrounding. So this is the definition of rectilinear motion. And if you want to write here example, so example is motion of a car in straight highway or straight road, or you can say highway also, is the example of rectilinear motion or translatory motion. Because when we talk about here only on car, so the motion is rectilinear. When we talk about the translatory, the person who are sitting, passenger, those who are sitting inside the car, they are also in moving with respect to their surroundings. So we can say that in case of translatory motion. So after this I will write here the next one. So for that, pause the video and note down. So here when we talk about the next one, which is circular motion or rotatory motion, as from the name आपको पता है सर्कुलर मोशन बोल रहा है, तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि ऑब्जेक्ट का मोशन कैसे होगा, सर्कुलर पाथ पे होगा. क्लियर? तो जब हम इसके बारे में बात करेंगे सर्कुलर मोशन में, तो उसमें ऑब्जेक्ट का जो मोशन है, पार्टिकल का जो मोशन है सिंगल, उसका मोशन क्या होगा, सर्कुलर ट्रैक पे होगा. और जब हम बात करेंगे रोटेटरी मोशन, तो उसमें कोई एक ऑब्जेक्ट ले लेंगे विच कंस्टिट्यूट नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स, so that the motion of object is such that their all particles will move in the same, means that their all particles will move in circular track and they form concentric circle. Suppose हमारे पास यहाँ पे मैं किसी इतने बड़े ऑब्जेक्ट को ले रहा हूँ, ठीक है, और इस ऑब्जेक्ट में मेरे को पता है कि यहाँ पे मेरे n नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल है कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स. तो जब ये ऑब्जेक्ट मेरा पूरा मूव करेगा, ठीक है, आपके पास सर्कुलर ट्रैक पे, तो ध्यान दीजिएगा ये डेफिनेशन ऑफ रोटेटरी मोशन है. सर्कुलर ट्रैक पे अगर इसका मूव मान लीजिए एंटी क्लॉकवाइज है, तो जितने भी इसमें ब्लू कलर में पार्टिकल्स दिख रहे हैं उनका मोशन भी क्या होगा, सेम ऐसे ही होगा, विद सेम स्पीड एंड सेम वेलोसिटी एज द ऑब्जेक्ट. तो इनका जब वैसे मोशन होगा, तो देखिए सर्कुलर ट्रैक जो ये वाला है, ये सिर्फ एक सिंगल ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए है, बट जो उसके कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट पार्टिकल्स हैं उनका जो मोशन है इस सर्कुलर ट्रैक पे ऐसे होगा कि वो आपके पास कंसेंट्रिक सर्किल फॉर्म करेंगे. मींस प्रीवियस केस में तो पैरेलल पाथ फॉर्म कर रहे थे, बिकॉज द मोशन इन दैट केस इज रेक्टिलिनियर. बट हियर when we talk about the circular motion, means here when we talk about the rotatory motion, because in case of rotatory motion we will discuss about an object which constitute the number of particles. so that their motion is concentric, means all the particles which are inside the object will follow the same circular track, means will follow the circular track which have same center, which is called concentric path. Clear, student? So here I will write the definition. Circular motion is the motion, it is the motion in which the object moves in a circular track, or you can say that circular path. Clear? With respect to time and their surrounding. With respect to their time and surrounding. Point is clear, student? So here we will write like that. When we talk about here rotatory motion, under this circular motion condition, rotatory motion is that if an object moves, here the object is that which is not a point of, which is not a point mass object. Clear? So if an object moves in a circular track or path so that their all constituents particles will follow the circular track or circular path having same center. Clear? And makes a concentric circle, or you can say that follow the path along the object and makes a concentric circle known as rotatory motion. Clear, student? Rotatory motion. So this is the definition of circular motion and rotatory motion, which is very simple. A stone revolving around a fixed point with the help of thread. When we revolving a stone with the help of thread, the motion of a stone is a circular, and if we know that the stone is a matter and it consists different type of particles. On the other hand, if we want to take any other example, we can take an example of a car which is revolving in circular track. So car is a single object, the motion of car is circular motion, and when we talk about the motion of the passenger which are sitting in the car, the motion of that these passenger is rotatory motion, because they all are moving in a circular track with the help of car, and their path will also follow the circular track with car, and as their positions are different in the car, so each person will make a concentric circle with respect to that center, which is the center of car. So we can say that the motion of persons in that car is rotatory, but the motion of car is circular. So point is clear. So both are same, both are correlated with each. But here when we talk about rotatory, translatory, so that time we will focus about the object which is not point mass object. Clear? It means the object which constitute or which contain the other object also. Points clear, student? So for that, pause the video and note down. After the discussion of circular motion or rotatory motion, the third one is oscillatory motion and vibratory motion. So when we discuss about here oscillatory motion and vibratory motion, oscillatory motion is that type of motion in which the object moves to and fro or back and forth. Clear? Means that the motion of simple pendulum, if we think here about the oscillatory motion, the motion of simple pendulum is an example of oscillatory motion in which the object will move to and fro, means back and forth. Clear, student? Type of motion about a fixed axis S with respect to time. Such type of motion is called oscillatory motion. And when we talk here about the vibratory motion is that when the displacement of the object, or you can say that when the amplitude of the object is very small, it means that the displacement of object about their mean position, here O represent the mean position of the object. So when the mean position of object is O, so the displacement of the object from their mean position is very small, that time the motion is called vibratory motion. Point is clear? Means when the displacement, or you can say that when the amplitude, you can say that when the amplitude of the object under the oscillatory motion is very small, then the motion of the object is called vibratory motion. The example of vibratory motion or vibration is the vibration of spring. Point is clear? So I am writing the statement for oscillatory motion. Under this motion, or this is the motion in which object moves in, to and fro or back and forth motion with respect to time and about a fixed point. Point is clear, student? So for example, if we think here about the oscillatory motion, for example, motion of simple pendulum, or you can say motion of the pendulum of pendulum watch. Clear? After that, when we talk here about the second case, vibratory motion means here we will talk if the amplitude of an object under oscillatory motion is very small or is small, the motion is known as vibratory motion. For example, if we think here about the motion, vibratory motion or vibration motion, example, motion of spring is the example of vibratory motion. So point is clear, student? So these are the types of motion on the basis of their path. Now after that, we'll discuss here about the type of motion on the basis of their coordinate axis. So for that, pause the video and note down. So at last, our topic is type of motion on the basis of coordinate axis. Now student, here we will discuss about the type of motion ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस। आपको बचपन से पता है कि हमारे पास जो कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस होती है वो हम 3D में अगर बात कर रहे हैं तो 3 टाइप की होती है, एक्स एक्सिस, वाई एक्सिस और जेड एक्सिस। तो इन 3 कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस पे ही मोशन होता है बेसिकली। तो पहले हम यहाँ पे इन 3 कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस के बेस पे जो 3 डायमेंशनल कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस हैं उसमें किसी पोजीशन को अगर हमें दिखाना है ऑब्जेक्ट की तो उसको एक्स वाई और जेड एक्सिस से दिखाएंगे। तो यहाँ पे हम वही चीजें 1 बाय 1 डिस्कस करने वाले हैं कि अगर हम यहाँ बात करते हैं फर्स्ट 1 डायमेंशनल मोशन की, क्योंकि ऑब्जेक्ट अब क्या करेगा, आपके पास मोशन कर सकता है और ऑब्जेक्ट फ्री है 1 डायमेंशनल या 2 डायमेंशनल या 3 डायमेंशनल मोशन करने के लिए। अब कौन से ऑब्जेक्ट 1 डायमेंशनल मोशन के सेंस में हम स्टडी कर रहे हैं, कौन से 2 में, कौन से 3 में, इनके क्या एग्जांपल होंगे, ये डेफिनेशन की बात देखते हैं। तो 1 डायमेंशनल मोशन अगर आप डिफाइन करेंगे तो आप ये कहेंगे कि द मोशन ऑफ एन ऑब्जेक्ट, द मोशन ऑफ एन ऑब्जेक्ट इज सेड टू बी one dimensional if its one coordinate axis out of 3। इसको समझिए, 1 कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस का मतलब या तो एक्स एक्सिस में मोशन हो सकता है या वाई एक्सिस में या जेड एक्सिस में। आउट ऑफ 3 मतलब इन तीनों में से कोई एक कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस, स्पेसिफाइंग कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस आउट ऑफ 3, स्पेसिफाइंग द पोजीशन ऑफ, you can say the position, velocity and other physical quantity of the moving object. Clear? Such type of motion is called one dimensional motion. For example, motion of train in straight railway track. Basically railway tracks are straight, so you can say here in railway track or long distance railway track, comma. After this you can write one more example, motion of one dimensional case, motion of a car on straight highway, or you can say motion of a car for large distance, straight highway for large distance. If the car is covering large distance, that type of motion is called straight line motion, and the diagram for that is like that. Suppose O is our point of reference and car is moving toward the x-axis at an instant or at any time t. Here P is the location of car. Here P is the location of car when the car is traveling from O to x direction. So the location of car is denoted by x, px, because here we are talking about one dimensional motion. So after that, student, we will discuss here about 2 dimensional and 3 dimensional. So for that, pause the video and note down. So student, when we talk here about the 2 dimensional motion, I will change here small values, the remaining definition will same. So 2 dimensional motion, the motion of an object is said to be 2 dimensional if its 2 coordinate axis out of 3 specifying the position or location of the moving object. Clear, student? So when we write here the example of 2 dimensional motion on the same pattern, we can write here motion of, or you can say the example, I will change the example, remaining definition will same. So motion means 2 dimensional motion means that क्या है आपके पास, किसी ऑब्जेक्ट का मोशन ऐसे होगा कि आउट ऑफ 3 एक्सिस से उसकी टू जो एक्सिस हैं वो एज इट इज स्पेसिफाइंग कर देंगी किसी ऑब्जेक्ट की लोकेशन को, जैसे कि हमारा फर्स्ट वन डायमेंशन में एक सिंगल कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस कर रहा था, तो उस टाइप के मोशन को हम बोलेंगे टू डायमेंशनल मोशन। इसमें सिर्फ दो डायमेंशन एक्स एक्सिस और वाई एक्सिस, या एक्स एक्सिस और जेड एक्सिस, या जेड एक्सिस और वाई एक्सिस, सिर्फ दो एक्सिस चाहिए होंगी आउट ऑफ थ्री किसी ऑब्जेक्ट की पोजीशन को स्पेसिफाई करने के लिए। क्लियर स्टूडेंट? सो हियर आई विल राइट द एग्जांपल, एन इंसेक्ट crawling over the floor, comma, earth revolving around the sun, etc. So these are the example in which we can easily understand the two-dimensional motion. So the coordinates, or if we represent the location of any point P under this two-dimensional motion, the location, suppose हमारा point P यहाँ पर है तो इसकी लोकेशन देखनी है, तो हम क्या करेंगे, तो परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉ करेंगे। तो यहाँ से हमारा जो पॉइंट ऑफ रेफरेंस है O, वहां से हमें पता चल जाएगा कि इसकी x लोकेशन है यहाँ पे और इस पे y है, तो टोटल जो इसकी लोकेशन आ गई है P पॉइंट की वो क्या है, x, y है। सो द लोकेशन ऑफ हियर, द लोकेशन वी कैन ऐड वन थिंग, द लोकेशन or coordinates of any point, location, or you can see the position of any point P is written, any point is given by P, suppose P हमारा कोई पॉइंट है तो ऐसे हम उसकी लोकेशन को रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे। सो स्टूडेंट, द लास्ट वन इज three-dimensional motion. Three-dimensional motion. So when we discuss here about the three-dimensional motion, it means that the motion of an object, the motion of an object is such that its all three axes means all three coordinate axes represent or specifying the position of that object, of, you can say, the position of the moving object with respect to time. Clear student? So for example, motion of an aeroplane, comma, motion of a bird, etc. in space or sky is the example of three-dimensional motion. And when we think here about the location of three-dimensional motion, the location for three-dimensional motion is specifying by P, X, Y, Z. Here X, Y, Z, X is the location from origin to along the x-axis, and Y is the location from origin to along the y-axis, and small z is the location of point on the z-axis from the origin. Point is clear, student? So this is the distance x, this one is the y, and this one is the z. Point is clear? So this one is the point by which we can locate the three-dimensional motion position, where p, x, y, z.